I wanted to share a few ways that I incorporate elements of Japanese style into my own. I think Japanese style is really quite elegant and minimalist. I know we've got a vision of Japanese style being quite over the top and crazy, and that's what the media shows us, but everyday style is actually quite relaxed, minimal, but like still classy. So I'm going to start this video with a few makeup tips and then move on to fashion tips. Alright, so I already have my base done. I just put on a light BB cream. I've used this NYX one. So I used a BB cream because Japanese people tend to use a light to medium coverage. Like Koreans, they place an emphasis on skincare, creating a good base for your makeup, therefore you don't need that really heavy cakey stuff that we love in the West. It's meant to look natural, healthy and youthful. So it's quite light coverage. You can still sort of see my like freckles and imperfections and stuff through the skin, but it's meant to look like your skin but better. Alright, so I think I'm going to start off with the brows. Japanese people tend to do quite a natural soft brow, whereas in the West we do it very like carved out and dark, whereas theirs is more just enhancing your natural brow. So I just use this wonderful Colourpop eyebrow pencil. It seems to be the only one that really matches my eyebrows, even though they don't really tend to make eyebrow products for redheads. And because I want it to look quite natural, I'm just going to define the outside of my eyebrows, and then I'm going to go over with some brow gel. Just sort of defining the end of the eyebrow just to give it a bit of shape, because you still need to look neat. You still need to look put together. Just going to brush that. I didn't even know you could do anything to your eyebrows until I was like 21. So I'm just putting some brow gel on there. Just brush through some of that brow gel just to spread it out. And there we go, there's some quite natural looking brows but still defined. So a big difference I find between Japanese makeup and Western makeup is actually the blush. They tend to put the blush quite a bit higher on the cheeks, a bit more central to the face, and it's a lot more vibrant, I think. I think it's more flattering for my face particularly. When I was in Japan the first time, I really noticed it on all the girls. They all had this beautiful flush just right here, and I was like, I need that now. So I ran out and bought myself a blush. I didn't bring any blush with me. I wasn't into blush at all at that stage, and now I have heaps. I went out and bought this one. The brand is just called Candy Doll. It's just this very like bright pink blush. It's not normal for Western makeup to have blush that's this bright, especially on lighter skin. So I'm going to apply my blush higher on my face, and I pretty much do this every day. I never put my blush like on the apples of my cheeks. I normally put it on my cheekbones. It's basically placing your blush right in the center of your face and along your cheekbones, which is kind of where Western makeup would place highlighter. Now highlighter isn't really a big thing in Japanese makeup, maybe just like a subtle tiny bit, but it's not to the extremes of Western makeup where you literally look like you have metal on your face. I'm actually going to layer 2 blushes to sort of create a bit of dimension of the blush, which I really like, and then I can sort of spread it out without having the extremes of this all over my face. First I'm going to take this MAC blush. This one is called Stay Pretty. Japanese blush is like right here. And you can sort of bring it in towards the center of your face as well. So even like onto your nose if you really want, but this is the main focus of where you want the blush. So I'm going to take the other bright blush and just put that right in that spot. Now I'm just going to take my foundation brush and just go over the top just to blend out any edges, just to tone it down just a little bit. Now it is usually like a light soft pink like this, or like a peachy blush has also been quite popular. I think that's coming from Korean makeup. Okay, so that's the blush all done. I love it. So I'm not going to do any highlighting today. You can probably do like a little bit if you want to, but I'm just going to leave it how it is. Now I'm going to move on to the eye makeup. The first and one of my favourite steps, which I've also incorporated into my everyday makeup, is inner corner highlighting. I know it's become more of a trend in Western makeup, but it really started in Asian makeup. So I use this little shimmery eye stick. I've used this in quite a few videos now, but you're gonna keep seeing it because it's literally an everyday staple for me. And I just put it in my inner corner. And it just really opens up the eye. Now you can run this further along your lower lash line, but I don't tend to do that. I don't think that it suits my particular eye shape. So this is like basically the casual, everyday inner corner highlight. Now to make it a little bit more sparkly, a little bit more fun, I take this little bad boy. It's sort of like shimmery goo. This is the Etude House Teardrop Liner, and you put it on your eyeballs, which I'm going to do. Now I'm going to move on to eyeshadow. Japanese girls usually do just a light wash of colour, something maybe a little bit shimmery, just to brighten up that eye area, and that's about it for an everyday makeup look. So I'm just going to use a lightly pigmented shimmery eyeshadow. I'm going to take it from the Holika Holika Glossy Play eyeshadow. Now this is a Korean eyeshadow palette, but you can get pretty much the exact same thing from Japanese eyeshadows as well. So I'm just taking this one, Can Peach, up the top. I'm just going to use that all over my eyelid. So as you can see, it doesn't put much colour on at all, considering how it looks in the pan. It's just a light wash of colour, which is what we want. And there we go, just super simple. And now onto eyeliner. Japanese girls just tend to extend their natural eye shape just on the outer half of the eye, nice and close to the lash line, and then just draw a line straight out. I'm just using a brown eye pencil. It's nothing too crazy or pigmented. This way it looks more natural and can look a bit more blended out. Now, gotta get the other side to look the same. Here we go, that's probably as even as we're gonna get them. And there you go, there's the eyeliner, super simple. Then I'm just gonna put on some mascara. So that's the eye look all done. And lastly, moving on to lips. Usually it's, again, quite natural, just enhancing what you've got. Similar to what's popular in Korea as well, with this sort of ombre lips, where it's darker in the middle and then just a nice gloss on the outside. So that's what I'm going to do. This is just Benefit's Lolly Tint. You can also use a red one. I think that looks really nice as well. But I just want to go a bit pink today. Just put that on the inside of your lips. And you can just leave it like that. I think that's still pretty. If you want, you can just add a little bit of lip gloss. This one's just a pink one. And there we are, makeup is all done. It's just a few ways that I incorporate Japanese makeup into my own routine. I just love it. It's just natural and youthful and healthy looking, I think. Just enhancing what you've already got. Alright, now moving on to fashion. Japanese fashion is actually quite minimal and classy. I know that we're used to seeing this crazy image in the media of like kawaii fashion, Harajuku fashion. It's just absolutely insane, and yes, that exists, but everyday Japanese fashion is actually quite minimal and simple. I feel like everyone always looks really put together and neat, like they actually put some effort into their outfits. So I put together a couple of outfits that are inspired by everyday Japanese fashion. Now these aren't meant to be recreations of exact ways that Japanese people would wear it. There are still elements of my own style in there. It's just personally how I pair my pieces. And I think a main element of Japanese fashion is, a lot of it is loose fitting. There's not really a lot of tight fitting clothes. Obviously everyone's different, everyone wears clothes a different way, but this is just the general everyday fashion that I saw in Japan. And also, girls tend to wear wide leg trousers and skirts, long skirts, rather than wearing jeans. Jeans aren't really as popular. Whereas jeans are pretty much an everyday staple in Western fashion. They also use a lot of different layers. Accessories aren't usually too crazy. Usually it'll just be like really simple jewellery and like a nice handbag. Now the same can probably be said for male fashion. They do wear a lot of looser t-shirts, wider leg pants. And also a big thing is not showing too much skin, like around the chest and arms. Even in the middle of summer, the long skirts, the wide leg trousers are still very, very popular. You still get like the breeze, but you can still cover up. It's not tight fitting in really humid, hot Japanese summer. And also I've noticed a lot of Japanese girls with their big long skirts, they'll wear sneakers. And I feel like 16-year-old emo me was like all about the skirt, sneaker, dress, sneaker combination. So I bought most of these skirts and trousers in Japan. They're kind of hard to find in Australia. And even when I do find nice trousers here, they're usually too long for my short little legs. Now you don't see people walking around in their tracksuits around Tokyo. Even in small towns, people aren't walking around in their pajamas, and I know that that happens here because I see it all the time. Whereas even in rural Japan, you'll still see people making an effort. I love putting effort into my appearance. I love expressing myself through fashion. I just love that everyone dresses up and looks their best. They care about how they look, which I can totally appreciate. Alright, and that's it. Done. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you started incorporating any Japanese elements into your routine, or if you're going to from this video, let me know, because I would love to discuss it. I think it should become more popular, totally a thing. If you have any ideas for future videos, please leave a comment. I am always looking for new ideas, and thank you for watching. Bye!